Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody.
What's up, everyone? If you decide to listen in, thank you for joining us. Let me stop doing that. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Hope you're good
I've,
out there.
I've got my wonderful co-host John Genius with I Am You
Hey,
Lounge.
hey, hey! Don't be giving my whole government.
Okay,
You
okay.
see? Did you see me put my government on there?
Oh my goodness. See, you trying to go incognito?
Not really. I got business outside of IMU Lounge, and IMU Lounge ain't paying the bills yet. So,
Okay. Mr.
JG,
JG. Oh, that's so hard
yes,
for me to pronounce. JG. Okay,
JG. Okay.
JG. All right, Mr. JG.
hmm
Well,
So what's
we're
Miss?
talking today, this evening about, well, evening for me here in Paris, but afternoon for you, right?
Correct. Correct.
And so we're talking about like this week in Black America, kind of or today in Black America, what's going on, what's in the news, tell me like what's going on where you are right now.
What's going on? Gas price just went up. I started
How
my day.
much?
Let me tell you, I started my day this morning. I paid I want to say somewhere between 279 to 289 for gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I filled up for like 48 dollars.
Okay.
And when I got back into Georgia, because I went up to South Carolina for a second, I was supposed to go to North Carolina. I was supposed to be doing this on the road, and I came back in, and gas is $3.17.
So it went up that much overnight
No, this morning.
this morning.
Yes,
That's a big jump.
it's a
So
huge jump.
So what is it? Do you think are those the tariffs that Trump is supposed to be
Hell
implementing?
yeah, that's Donald Trump, dumbass.
Yeah, that's
That's all
crazy.
Donald Trump. That's Canada. Remember, we get a lot of our gas from Canada, so that's what was keeping us low. You know what I'm saying? And for my business, gas is my number one enemy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But I didn't realize that we get a lot of it from Canada. I thought with especially being in Georgia, I
hmm
thought that it would come from like Louisiana. No?
Louisiana, Texas. Um, I think there's parts of Mississippi that has
Okay.
petroleums. And then I know, whew, I've been to a lot of these places. And I think Alabama also might have a fuel refinery place, but a lot of it is Louisiana and
So
Texas.
so how are you going to I mean, how are you preparing to handle that, especially
Well, my
during
prices got to go up for delivery.
Okay.
That's It's plain and simple. It has to match where it affects the customer that relies on people like myself, um, to send something in a not a bulk order, but a bulky order at a decent rate. I'm not going to go broke for them to try to save the money. I'm already the fairest driver out there. My price is the one of the most reasonable prices. And long story short, I got to go up a little bit.
So do you think are people prepared? I mean, do you think that customers are prepared to feel the pain because that's what's going to happen?
Whether you prepared or not, are you prepared to get an ass whooping
Not
as a
really.
kid?
Not until the fist meets your face.
Not till the fist meets your face or that belt
Right.
meets your ass, right?
Basically, yeah.
So you never prepare for an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to get punched in the face about it. A lot of people woke up this morning, saw the gas price. They went to work. They got their gas at $2 and some change, and when they need to refill up again, it's going to be at $3, above $3.
Do you think, okay, so I'm here in Paris, you're in Georgia. Do
hmm
you think that people I mean, are they debit cards, credit cards, wallets, whatever? Are they ready for all that? Because,
That's what they voted for.
mm, yep,
I didn't vote for that. So I have to
right.
deal with it. I did not vote for that, not one bit. That's what they voted for. And those who didn't vote, that's what you voted for, whether you voted or not. You voted for that by just sitting out on the sideline talking about, I don't vote. You voted
Right.
for that. If you got a big SUV like me, you voted for that. And those aren't easy to fill up. 20 gallons is not easy to fill up. Now we're talking about $3 on a gallon, $3.17 on a gallon. If it was $3 flat, that is $60. Now we're talking about $3.17 for every freaking gallon. That's 17 cents you got to add up. Times that by 20. I'm not a big mathematician, but that's an extra $10 almost.
So are electric vehicles or fuel efficient vehicles an option for you?
In my business, a
Yes.
hybrid,
Okay.
electric, because you got to pull a trailer. I have to pull trailer sometimes, so electric is not um, feasible for me. That means I got to drop the trailer, charge up, pick the trailer back on, and a lot of times I'm using like a U-Haul trailer, so I have to manually pick that thing up. If I'm delivering a customer's trailer, then of course you can wind it down to be a little bit more easier. But no, electric vehicle is not the best for me. A hybrid, like if I can convert my I wish I had the ability to convert my vehicle to a hybrid, but I
Okay.
wouldn't have no space on the inside because the battery. But or even
Okay.
if I can convert it to a flex fuel, that's probably the better option for me at this point is to invest into getting it converted into flex fuel.
Okay.
But
Got
the system itself costs 500, and to find somebody to do it at a reasonable rate, that's going to cost. So I'm probably going to end up spending over $1,000 doing that.
and probably even more now, right? Because all the parts you may need are going to be more expensive, right?
If yeah, so if it's stateside, if the company that I'm speaking of, if they are stateside, then I'm fine. If they're overseas, then no. Whatever used to cost 500, that shit gonna go up to like 625.
Yeah. 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 It's going to go up.
Yeah, because they're gonna. He talking about 25. So the thing is, jackass don't realize when it's 25%, it's not going to the person sending it. It's going to the person that's buying it.
Right. Right.
So for wherever this thing comes from, coming in, I'm spending $25 extra on top of what I need. So especially if you're talking about Canada and Mexico,
Right. Right.
man.
It's a whole entire mess. It
Yes,
really is.
it is. So I look like my black ass might be going to Paris soon.
Listen, come on over. Come on over. Listen, we'll
I
get some
got you.
croissants and,
I got you.
listen, come on over.
And some
Because,
tea,
yeah, exactly. We'll have a cafe. We'll have,
croissants and tea.
yes. Yeah. I mean, they're not really big. Well, they're kind of big on tea, but they like their coffee,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, they like their coffee.
They like their coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
See, I'm a coffee drinker, so it works out.
Yeah, I'm not
It
a
works
teacher. I'm not in a stressful environment, so
out.
I don't need to wake up.
Right, right, right.
When I'm up, I'm up.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. So what else is good? So what we got going on today with this show?
I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on. Like it's a lot of stuff that, we just got finished talking about gas prices, right? I think
Hmm.
that people are still concerned, right?
Hmm.
Another thing that I saw in the news recently also is the Doge, what is it? The Doge Department, Elon.
Department of Government Efficiency that does not exist.
Exactly. But more recently, there is talk that the Consumer Affairs Bureau,
Hmm.
I think it's called CFIB,
Hmm.
which I forget what the acronym stands for, but they're talking about ending that. We're hearing rumors about the FDIC. I mean, talking about money, because that's what we've been talking about money during this
Hold on,
show.
hold on, hold on. The
Yeah.
Federal Deposit,
E-
the
e-
Federal Insurance,
The,
FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance.
yep,
They want to end that.
that's the rumor. The rumor, that's what I'm hearing. Now,
Hmm.
everything is on the table. We know that everything is on the table, right? With this particular man. Him and Elon. Elon is the one behind the scenes doing a lot of stuff.
So, can we talk about if they end the FDIC? That means him and a shit ton of banks could just steal money from the customer. They have no insurance.
I literally saw a tweet
Hmm.
where, and again, sometimes tweets, it's kind of hard to verify, but it seemed to be from a verified account. and
Mhm.
it said that this was like a they had a government. It wasn't a government agency, but they did government work. Literally $800,000 gone from their bank account. This is what they're claiming. We're talking about if this is indeed the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Yes,
That alone, that's the agency that protects you from scams.
correct.
So that's out of here. If the FDIC is out, that affects every single American because what your account is insured
Correct. Up to
up to
700,
250,
250. Thank you. Yes.
right? So you can wake up theoretically tomorrow and your money could be gone.
Yes.
What protection do you have?
None.
Yeah, you have none.
None. That means I have to literally take my money out every time I get my payments. I have to take it out of the bank immediately.
Yeah,
In my mind, for it to be secure. Or I have to go back to the old ways of people doing business, pay me in cash.
cash. I mean, are we going to be keeping money under the mattress?
Hell yes.
But you know what they say during any kind of emergency, what cash is king, right?
Cash is king. And that's how black people survived the Great Depression, World War II. A lot of them didn't put their money in the banks because they didn't trust the banks. And because, especially when the banks collapsed and a lot of people lost their money, some of the black people who still had their money underneath that mattress
Right.
was the ones who came out king.
But how do you deal with it now? You go to some stores, they don't even take cash.
How would I deal with that?
How okay, so
Because
prime
even
example.
sorry, a lot of my transactions dealing with my
Mhm.
customers is cash. It's not
It's
cash.
cash.
It's electronic.
Right.
So what I mean when they send me the money, I have to find the nearest ATM
Mm-hmm.
and take that thing out because I don't trust it no more. Once you took that FDIC away from me, I can't trust the bank.
So it's like pass through money, right?
Basically, that's how
I
I think.
mean, I hope this is just listen, what has happened in the past? What? We're not even 30 days in. We're not even 30
Oh
days in.
my god.
And all of these things are coming up as possibilities.
hmm And the Republicans are too chicken shit. Excuse, you know what? I ain't gonna say excuse the language because I meant to say that. I wanted to say that very harshly. They're too chicken shit to do anything against this president. They will rather, and they want this to happen. The crazy thing is, they want it to happen.
They want it to happen.
They want it to happen, and that's sad because no matter what, if even if I didn't vote for you, I'm still one of your constituents. So you're punishing me for not voting for you. And then, but you're not also punishing me. You're punishing those who voted for you.
I think they only care about the 1%.
That's all they've been about. Even when before they were Republicans, they were Democrats
Right.
During Lincoln's time. People got to
Right.
understand the Democrat and the Republicans switched before right around close to after World War I into World War II. A
Hmm.
lot of them switched because they were no longer. They love to live on we're Lincoln's party, but they're not really Lincoln's party. That's not Lincoln's party anymore. Lincoln's party is the Democrats now. People who believe in all men are created equal are the Dems right now.
Right.
The
Right.
ones who believe that we should be in slavery times and all this stuff is the Republicans, and they're hiding behind Lincoln's party.
Party. I mean, do you think that the Dems are having a unified response? I mean, we're seeing people who are actively fighting, right? We're seeing
But
what's
they
in New
can't
York.
do nothing.
This is true. New York Attorney General Letitia James, right?
hmm
She went head up when a couple weeks ago he announced that
The freeze and all
the
that.
freezing of funds, right?
hmm
People who have grants, student loans, federal payments.
I think what these agencies need to start doing now is counter Trump. You want to shut us down? Come shut us down yourself.
A lot of everything he's saying, a lot of things he's saying they're against the law. They're not
They,
even.
they are. So my thing is, all these agencies, if my building is in the state of Pennsylvania, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the FDIC is in the state of Pennsylvania, right?
Okay.
And you want to come shut me down. I would assume that the governor, even though that's a federal building, and I know it's state and federal, so please hear me out when I say this. As the governor, maybe you should send National Guard out there to stop whoever's trying to stop the people from going in, to allow them to go in and stop you get what I'm saying? Because at some point you have state and you have federal. State land starts at the sidewalk, right?
Okay.
The National Guard is ran by the governor. The Army Reserves is ran by Army, and Army Reserves is ran by Congress.
Do you think though, are we heading toward martial law? Because I don't see that working out.
I need a couple of generals to walk up to that White House and arrest that man.
But look at it from the standpoint of even like they were trying to get into the Department of Education last week.
Correct.
And they had people barricading
the
department.
Was barricading them?
So you had Trump appointees barricading the doors.
They have no say so.
You had Maxine Waters, congresswomen, congress people could not get in.
Okay, in that situation, where's the Department of Education located? In DC?
In DC. Yeah.
Because DC is a finical area. I'm not a legal expert, but I would like to assume that the mayor has call of the DC National Guard. Would it be the mayor, because there's no governor?
I'm not sure.
Would it be Virginia governor, or would it be Maryland governor? You see what I'm saying? I believe because whoever is standing in front of there don't want to stand in front of somebody with a rifle with the orders to remove your ass.
I don't think that DC I don't think they have the power.
Let me do a little Google search.
Yeah, check and see, because I don't think they have the power. And let me check myself too, because I know that I don't believe they got in. Let me go on Google and check. Okay, so
who runs DC National Guard?
Oh, so okay, so listen, so there apparently the Trump administration will temporarily stop DOGE staff from accessing student data, social security numbers, and bank information.
The DC National Guard is under the command of the president, unfortunately. So that's not the question. The only other ulterior motive you can have is your soldiers don't want to fight soldiers. You don't want to fight each other. So that's kind of like a conflict of interest. And then this jackass is in control of Marines.
We literally, yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, Elon Musk was in the Oval Office with Trump behind the desk. It's like, why is he there? Number one, why was he there?
His money's there.
His money is there. And he's the one that's doing everything behind the scenes, right?
Shadow government.
Literally, you had Elon and his son. And from what I saw on TikTok, this little boy, very disrespectful.
Do I want to say typical rich white kid disrespectful?
I would say the worst. From what I saw, it looked like he told Trump that you're not president anyway. Really referring to his father. And he also told him to F off. I mean,
A lot of bad publicity. Elon is going to be disappearing from helping
I mean,
Trump.
I didn't listen. True enough, a TikTok video, but I'm like, I don't believe this. Um, he's trying to. He tweeted out a photo.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted it to be like that famous photo of President John F. Kennedy, and when his son was playing under the desk in the Oval Office, that famous photo that is referenced a lot. I think the little boy, what, JFK
Mm-hmm.
Jr. was like 4 or 5, so he's around the same age as this little boy, as Elon's son is.
Okay.
And he put a photo of this little boy being at the desk. Everything is carefully, set up. But the thing is that Elon is not president, though.
No.
So it doesn't make sense.
Elon, remember everybody's saying this. Major news outlet is saying that Elon is the unofficial co-president, right?
He is.
And honest to God truth, isn't this a violation of the Constitution if a non-American born citizen is actually running the country?
But what are we doing though? Because he is de facto running the country.
Basically. And then trying to tell people, oh, I'm doing Trump's work or whatever. You're not really doing Trump's work. If Trump is answering to you, then JD Vance is just there to act like he's one of Trump's kids. Honestly, he kind of reminds me of Eric and one of them, and Trump don't give two shits about them.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Doesn't.
So it's like, oh yeah, you're just a reminder. But Elon is going to be the guy because Elon gave me $270 million, or whatever the amount was.
Right.
More than what the Egyptian government gave me 8 years ago. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that's a tight one. That's a tight one. That's a tight topic. Tight topic for real. It's wild. I mean, I'm looking at stories now, and it's wild. Literally, Elon is in a hat and jeans. It looks like dark jeans and a coat, and he's in the Oval Office. Like, what is really going on here? What is really going on?
What's going on is we got a democrafuck.
That describes it. That describes it accurately, I would say. That's an accurate description.
I appreciate that. Because that's exactly what it is, a democrafuck.
It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. I'm looking now. It's just, this is wild. Like, I don't know if any of us thought it would be this bad, this quick.
I don't think so. We kind of had an idea because
we did.
We look who we're dealing with.
True.
Now, let me ask you something. The teacher that got released the other day, right? Did you hear this fool tell him to say thank you to President Putin?
No, I didn't hear that.
The same president that locked his ass up for 4 years almost?
No, I did not hear that at all. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The guy was kind of like taken aback, like, you want me to say thank you to the person that had me locked up?
Exactly. So
for releasing me?
I might be missing something, but I know in doing the research on this show, I did hear Trump say something about some hostages being released, and they need to be released by 12 midnight. I know you're the military expert, JG. So what country?
I wouldn't say expert, but
okay. But what was he talking about?
I believe he's talking about Gaza.
Okay.
The whole what we went over yesterday, Gaza and Israel situation with Hezbollah and Israel. Them releasing, or it's going to be price to pay. He talks tough, but he's not tough at all. I saw a video. Gavin Newsom basically put this man in his place.
Really?
Really, it's out there.
Wow. I mean, the video that I saw, the clip I saw, was it was a really quick soundbite, and I was trying to get ready for this show, and I couldn't quite, didn't have the time to really research all of it. But
Hmm.
he basically said like twice or three times, there's going to be hell to pay if at 12 midnight. I mean, what president talks like that?
Someone who's not the president, someone who's not a lead, who's not fit to lead a damn horse to the pasture. Okay, that's who talks like that. Because honest to God, truth, Israel and Hezbollah war is not a problem. The problem is the Palestinians are on Trump's supposed intended land so he can build his Trump towers and all this other luxury stuff for these billionaires, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Israelis can kind of like take part in this whole thing as well. So what Trump is looking at is Gaza and then the West Bank. Don't think West Bank is not going to be affected or
Right.
looked at soon. So he's looking at Gaza and the West Bank as luxurious tourist spots that he could benefit off after his presidency is over. So he's trying to make sure Melania. What's the daughter name? Ivanka.
Ivanka, yeah.
Ivanka, Melania, Barron, Eric Jr., and
Hmm.
Donald Jr. all get to be billionaires when he decided to die.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all being set up for them, right? It's being set up.
Yes,
You mean Donald Jr.? You mean the one with the coke habit, the cocaine?
all of
That
that. That one
that
too.
one?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, that one. That guy.
That guy.
That guy. So that's what's going on. If he's talking about it's going to be hell to pay, he's talking tough towards people who are vulnerable right now, who can't
Yeah.
really defend themselves against um, you know, they really come on, man. The Palestinians over there can't defend themselves against the Israelis because they're civilians.
Right.
They're not
Right.
military. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
Palestinian army or whatever the hell it is, that government doesn't really exist like that.
Right. They're fighting an uphill battle. It's an uphill
Correct.
battle.
Correct.
It's
So Donald Trump is making he's basically and even if I'm wrong, let me be clear here. I did not look at I try not to listen to this guy. Okay.
okay.
So if I'm wrong about the location, let me be right about the location. So if he's talking about Russia and Ukraine, if he wants to talk tough about Russia and Ukraine, if this is the other side of him talking about hell to pay, whatever, right?
Right.
Ukraine, if any one of y'all decide to come across our podcast, Viva Ukraine, okay?
Okay.
I am with you guys, all right? I am for you guys. Your war is not my war, but your battle is in my heart. And the reason why I say that, you've been free since the end of the Soviet Union. You do not
Mm,
want to go back to that bullshit. And I
right.
understand. You keep fighting. Do not look for no deals from the United States. Do not look for any deals from this United States right now. The deals that you were looking for is gone. November 6th, we voted it out, unfortunately. Not we, not me, Tanisha, not us. Okay? Those who are bleeding hate, discontent, discouragement, and discernment in their life are the ones that voted your help out. Do not help us if we need help because we abandoned you. That's to Ukrainians right there.
Okay. Okay. It's a bit rough right now.
Hmm.
It's a bit rough. But he was indeed talking to I'm looking now, he was talking referring to the hell to pay, refer to the Hamas, right? That's who
Yes.
he was talking about. As
Hamas,
you
Hezbollah, to them, to me, they're the same. Same
yeah,
ideology, crazy as hell about Islam. And that's not even Islam. Islam is peace and love.
yeah,
They just crazy.
yeah. As you mentioned, this is definitely about those Gaza
Yes.
hostages, right?
Hmm.
So
And make this make sense. If there's hell to pay, you go and blow up the damn spots that these people is. You killing the damn Israelis. If you go and say, "Well, I'm going to bomb them," aren't you trying to get these people out alive?
I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
counterproductive to what you want to do.
And they're I'm looking at something now.
Hmm.
Now it's a little difficult to kind of vet this as I'm doing on the show, but
Yes.
what I'm seeing now, hold on, is saying that, wait a minute, it's asking me to accept cookies. Hold on. um, this could be a lot. So, to your point, this could be damaging a lot of relations, right?
Hmm.
This could be, I mean, this would be absolutely awful. And they're saying here that the second major element of what is quote unquote held to pay is pressure on Turkey, Qatar,
Hmm.
and Egypt. That's a lot of things going on there.
That's way too much.
It's a lot of stuff going on there. So we're literally like just in the middle of,
What's going to end up happening is this: World War III, and we're not going to be the allies.
will
Um,
we be the enemies?
we'll be the enemy because we're part of the UN, United Nations, and we're at all our acts is against UN agreements and NATO agreements. Okay, you're in a
Okay.
trade war with our best ally, the Canadians and Mexico. Okay, I never seen a Mexican soldier in the war, so I can't say they're our greatest ally. All right, unfortunately. Um, and then you got England that's not going to back this shenanigans, right?
Yeah, no, of course not.
Then you have France, who's definitely not backing this shenanigans.
Right. Right.
Switzerland is definitely not backing these shenanigans.
Yeah.
Um, what's one of Germany is definitely not backing. They probably like, damn, we messed up, but y'all, well, Germany was the worst, but they probably like, y'all
Y'all are
idiots,
messing up.
y'all messing
You,
up.
yeah, messing up.
Y'all looking like us right now, right?
Right.
And not even with we just doing y'all just doing deportations. I mean, we did kill a bunch of people, but y'all just doing deportations, and you starting war with everybody. And then Trump is probably thinking, well, North Korea and what's the other one? North Korea and Russia and China. He don't like China, but he
He does not.
loves freaking Putin ass. He just give him a picture of Putin ass and he kisses it. Okay, so I believe that Russia are just going to attack us anyway
Yeah. Yeah.
under Putin. So and then you got Denmark that's pissed off about the whole Greenland thing. I wouldn't blame them for attacking us.
It's a lot going on.
And then you got the
It's
crazy Muslim, the not the crazy fascist Muslim organizations
yes.
that are hostily taking over certain countries. That would be their opportunity to attack us as well because we're so divided. We're not going to win. I told you yesterday. I'm gonna say it 100 times. I am definitely not going to fight with somebody who voted for Trump. I'm
Okay.
not fighting alongside somebody who voted for Trump because you brought on these problems. I'm gonna sit
Right.
on the sideline with my rifle. That's it.
Right.
I mean, the battle's going to come eventually, but I'm not fighting with that mother sucker over there.
Right. It's a lot going on.
It is. It is. Let's get off of this clown, man. What else we got to talk about? Like he raises blood pressures,
He
man.
does. It's not, he raises blood pressure,
Hmm.
and you got the neo-Nazis in
Those clowns. Oh
Cincinnati.
my God. Lincoln Heights neighborhood. I applaud you guys for that.
They did
That
the thing.
they did the thing. Y'all snatched that flag and burnt it and
Took the
burnt it.
robe. Took the robe.
Took the road back. These
Yes.
cats, they and that's crazy. They be so their thing is to rent U-Hauls and do their shit.
Well, yes, and
How do U-Haul feel about this?
allegedly the police are behind it too.
I
Few
wouldn't be
members.
surprised.
Yeah, a few members
I wouldn't be surprised.
of the
That's
force.
that's their boys.
It is
Yeah,
usually, yep. The
yeah.
amount of white supremacy that are in police departments,
It's
federal
scary.
law, federal police departments, all of that
And
is
I
insane.
asked, and I asked the Most High, don't let my number be called up being pulled over by one of them. That's all I could
Yeah,
say.
it really is. It's a dangerous situation
It is. It
because you
is.
don't know who you're getting. And the ranks, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, it's yeah. You see where
See, when I get pulled over, whenever I get pulled over by a good police officer, I always say thank you because it could have went a direction where it was terrible. I hate getting pulled over by a bad cop, and the ones that pull me over are the ones that want to search the car and all to do illegal searches. And I do know my rights, everyone. And the number one thing I asked for, you need a warrant. You can't just search my car. You need a warrant.
right.
And they come with a sheriff, and sheriff, they don't. The law says with a sheriff, they don't. What the sheriff don't need, like if a state trooper pulls you over, they need a warrant. But if a sheriff pulls you over, the sheriff is they are acting under the authority of an elected official. So it's a little different.
Okay.
They need due cause. They do whatever. Due cause, probable cause. They just need probable intent, some shit. So it's like when I have to deal with those assholes, that's when my phone is recording.
I really feel like there's this app. This woman created an app that does recording,
Mm-hmm.
and it's specifically designed to record the interaction, and it calls your attorney.
It
Okay,
calls an attorney for you.
it calls an attorney for you,
Okay.
and it's recording because that's a challenge. I feel like almost every interaction needs to be recorded because they're recording you, right?
Can you? You know what's crazy? Can you put down the name of that app?
I need to find it, but I'll let me see. Let me look it up. Hold on. This is the beauty of
Google
being
Isha.
being live, right?
Yeah, and now one of the things is too, I had a Chevy Impala, right?
Mhm.
And because I was doing rideshare at the time, I had put in dash cam
Okay.
for interior because I got into so many accidents. It was like, and not my fault. These people be
Mhm.
hitting me. They decided to hit me, so I wanted to make sure that I'm protected. And
Yes.
also inside my car, I think it did do a little bit of interior recording. So I
Okay.
also told the like, hey, my on my thing, I'm like, hey, my car is recording you.
Right. Right.
So that's helped me a whole lot dealing with these damn cops.
It does, and the crazy thing about it is, so I'm looking now. This particular there are this one particular app. It got a lot of mentions, like at the end of the year, end of last year,
Okay.
and I'm seeing a TikTok video. Hold on. So she's a black woman lawyer. This is it. Her son
Hmm.
was repeatedly stopped by police and after he bought a new car.
Hmm.
So mom is the one who did this. And the app, what is the app? Hold on. Oh my goodness. Of course, I'm seeing the video and I can't play the video right now. But it looks like there are some options out there. Um I want to be able to get this for our listeners and viewers
Hmm.
because I think people need to know. People
People
need
do
to
need
know.
to know this when dealing, but they also need to proceed with some common sense. Okay, yes, getting pulled up. I'm not going to lie to you. Getting pulled over by a police officer is frustrating,
Right.
especially if you feel like you ain't do nothing. But if you know, there's times I got pulled over and I did something to catch their attention, right? And I
Yes.
did not know they was there. Like for instance, I was trying to get off a ramp one time, and
Hmm.
there was a vehicle in front of me, but they were going too slow. They weren't going on the speed of traffic. And then the vehicle behind, like that was right there, they were doing the bullshit. So
Okay.
I saw an opening, right? I saw an opening and I jumped over and got over and around both vehicles. The cops saw that pulls me over and says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "Yes." I explained to him exactly what happened because they weren't letting me off the ramp, and this person is going like to them like it was something they were doing. I said, I just wanted to get away from those two vehicles that was behind me at the time that you saw me swerve around. So he, like the windows were down. I rolled down all the windows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that way you can't say there's marijuana in the car because I wasn't smoking at the time. I had a passenger in the car. This person, I'm not going to say their business, but they basically was like, I ain't telling, bro,
Okay. Okay.
because they probably, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't smell alcohol on me. He was like, I don't smell alcohol. I don't, whatever. Can you just kind of like tone? I said, yes, sir. And I apologize because I was just trying to get away from those vehicles that was making me feel unsafe.
Right. Did he end up
And
giving you a ticket?
did not get a ticket. Just say, hey, just proceed on carefully. Have a good day.
And that's how we want interactions to end, right? We want interactions
Yes,
to we want to be able to, if there anything does happen, we want to be able to call an attorney the next day. We don't want nobody calling the coroner, right? Or the coroner
correct.
calling
You don't
your
even want, honestly, you just don't even want, the attorney is the last step before the coroner.
Well, the reason
How I
why I
look
say
at it.
that is because you want to be able to, I know some people would be like, well, you can't stand up for yourself. I mean, you explain to the officer what happened, right?
Hmm.
But there are some people who may feel differently. And I guess my response is fight that fight at home, right?
Because I look at it the other, he could have been an asshole and gave me a ticket,
He could have.
and he
I'm
didn't.
just saying I'd rather you fight the fight to and be alive, right?
Correct. The fight is how you talk to that police officer. That's the fight. You got to fight yourself from, and that's times I've been upset. Like when they want to search, I'm not
Right.
gonna lie, I was upset
Yes.
and visibly so I'm upset, but I'm not gonna lunge at them. I'm not gonna. I'm already a big person,
Right. Right.
so I'm not going to sit here and make myself more threatening than what they are. But I'm just like, hey, this is wrong. I'm going to voice that part, but I'm not going to say fuck you.
Right. Right.
I'm not
Right.
going to
Right.
do anything to agitate that person
The situation.
to want to make me seem like I'm lesser because think about what you're doing to that person when you're agitating them, when you're calling them names and all, you're making them feel just as small as they want you to feel small. So it's the biggest thing I could do is like, yo, I am upset that you feel like you need to search my car illegally. I am
Right.
upset that I feel like you pulled me over for no reason. And there's times that we get pulled over just for no reason. So yes, I am upset. I'm
Right.
doing the speed limit. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and you decide to pull me over, and this person is going way past the speed limit, and you ain't pulled them over.
And speaking of wrong, right?
Hmm.
If people do get pulled over and they want to record the interaction with the
They have
police,
all legal
it's
rights to record
it's
the interaction.
it's called this particular app we were talking about earlier is called the Live Lawyer app.
Okay.
And it instantly connects people to a lawyer during police arrest with just one tap. So it's like you're able to
You have a lawyer on
they're
standby. Somebody,
they're
whoever takes
recording,
the
right, because
case.
they're recording you, and
Hmm.
you've got a way to have legal representation and
Hmm.
to record the interaction yourself.
Okay.
And it's going into the cloud storage, so you're able to preserve this as evidence, right?
So how's the lawyer getting paid off of this? Because I don't have lawyer money.
I'm not exactly sure.
Unless y'all watch this show.
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm not exactly sure what the specifics behind it.
Hmm.
But I think it's good to look into because if you need it, then I think it's going to be money well spent.
Of course, because if they do something to harm you, then you have a lawyer that's seeing this and like, yeah, I got you. But like I
Exactly.
said, one of the best things a person can do is get a professionally installed dash cam for the interior, exterior, front and back. Okay. Make sure
Okay.
you have one that's professionally installed that can show your interactions. If they take you out the car and stuff like that, and they put you in the front of the car, your car is recording this, just like theirs is. If they put you behind the car, your car
It's
is recording
recording.
this.
Okay.
So that way you might not have the audio. If it does audio, then it actually did audio. So yes, if you have audio, you have the same audio that they have. They're going to manipulate theirs, and you're not going to manipulate yours. This is the same audio that you have from my car.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one investment that you can go into. You can have. So what else we
It's
got?
it's like we have to keep ourselves safe, and it's a shame because these are people we're paying to protect us.
They feel like
We
we're not. They feel like we're not paying them. That the only pay that they get comes from white homeowners.
Yeah, we're definitely paying
When
those
when
sales taxes and
or
county
sell
taxes.
whatever taxes. I
Yeah,
pay county taxes. I pay, so you have to
city,
protect me the same way you protect somebody else. This is not an
exactly.
apartment that I'm in. This is not an apartment house. This is not a house that I'm renting. This is a house that I pay mortgage on. So
Right.
you have to protect me just like my neighbor who's white. Protect them the same way you protect them. You got to protect me the same way. But do I think you're going to do that? No.
And that's the bad part about it.
And that's the bad part about it. Whether you
That's
black, Latino, Latina, white,
right.
police officer, I'm going to feel the same way. I'm going to feel like you're not going to look out for my better interest, unfortunately. But I will hope that you come with my better interest. Make me believe that you have my better interest. You get what I'm saying? You still there? Uh oh. Uh oh. What's going on with the host? Okay, so I'm the only one on right now. So whew, we're having technical difficulties. It's okay. She would be back. If she was doing it on her cell phone, I think the phone battery might have died. Um, but as I was stating to Tanisha, was basically I would like for the police to come and have. I'm gonna keep the same energy, okay? I would like for the police to come and help me out, just the same way they will help out my neighbor who is of a lighter skin color. And that's all we ask as black people. And yes, we want to feel more comfortable when we see a police officer that's our own, skin color or ethnic group or race or whatever you want to call it. It will put us at ease. But let's say you have a black officer and they want to act like, like they want to treat you like you're lesser than. So that's a situation that I would say I would love to see. Um, I don't want to be mistreated, but I'd rather for that officer to treat me as a taxpayer. I am equally as and even if you don't own a house, I'm not. That statement wasn't made because you don't own a house that you shouldn't be treated the same way. No, you should still be treated the same way because there's part of your money. Because if you think about it, if you rent a house or you rent an apartment, that apartment community or apartment complex or that homeowner is paying those taxes in the county. So you still technically are paying their taxes.